Algebra 2, Set 8, Polynomials, Graphing Linear Equations, and the Intercept-Slope Method. Okay, so polynomial is the simplest kind of algebraic expressions. So all of the examples below are considered polynomials. And so we'll talk about what exactly a polynomial is. So a polynomial, they can be binomials, monomials, binomials, and trinomials. A monomial would have one term, a binomial, two terms, and a trinomial would have three terms. An example of a monomial is -4, or 2x squared, or 3x to the 14th, or 0.004x to the 5th, or square root of 2x. Binomials have two terms. Notice they're separated by the plus sign or the minus sign. So x plus 2, x to the 4th plus 2x are examples of binomials. And then a trinomial has three terms separated by addition or subtraction symbols. Okay, polynomials have coefficients that are real numbers. So the coefficient, the number that's in front of the variables, have to be real numbers. And they have to have variables that have whole numbers as exponents. So the whole numbers cannot have fractional or negative exponents up in there. The exponents can't be fractional or negative. The degree of a polynomial is the same as the degree of the highest degree term of the polynomial. So for example, if you have x plus 2, it's first degree because of x has a 1, x is raised to the first power. X to the 4th plus 2x is a fourth degree because the highest power is 4. So now we'll talk about graphing linear equations. When you're graphing linear equations, the first step is to solve the equation for y. Secondly, you can make a table and select convenient values for x. Then use those values in the equation to find the matching values of y. Complete the table and then graph the ordered pairs and the line. So for example, if we want to graph this equation, 2x plus 3y equals 6, we're going to solve it for y first. So subtract 2x, then divide everything by 3. So we get y is equal to 2 minus 2/3 x. Then we'll make a table and we'll select convenient values for x. That means values of x that are going to give us nice solutions. So 0 is always a good number to pick. And then I'm also going to pick 3 for x because I know if I multiply 2/3 by 3, it's going to drop out. And then I can also, that the 3 in the denominator will drop out. And then I can also multiply by -3 to do the same thing. So 2 minus 2/3 times 0 is 2. And then 2 minus 2/3 times 3, well, the 3's are going to cancel, so you get 2 minus 2, which is 0. And then in the last case, -3, 2 minus 2/3 times -3, I'm going to get 2 plus 2, which is 4. The last step is to graph these ordered pairs. So 0, 2, 3, 0, and -3, 4, and then draw the line. So this method always works when you're working with graphing an equation of a line. But now we're going to talk about another method that's faster and probably easier. So the intercept-slope method, you always get the equation, you solve it in terms for y, so y equals mx plus b. You'll always have a number times x plus another number, and the number that's multiplied by x, or m, is called the slope, and the slope is the rise over the run of the graph. And then the b is the y-intercept of the graph. It's where the line is going to cross y-axis. So let's do an example. Use the intercept-slope method to graph the line y equals -3x minus 3. So in our case, m is negative 3, and you can write that as negative 3 over 1, or you can also write it as 3 over negative 1. Either way works. And then our y-intercept is going to be negative 3. So we'll get our axis here. We start with the y-intercept, and you go on the y-axis and you go down to negative 3 and make a point. Then we use the slope. So the slope tells us that we can go down 3 and then to the right 1. So down 3 and to the right 1. Or we could start back at that negative 3 and we can go up 3 and to the left 1. Up 3 and to the left 1. So now we've got some points and we can draw our line.